Hi, I'm Bruce Kink, operating principal for Keller Williams Woodlands, Magnolia, and the Metropolitan Galleria operations with our monthly video update, providing thoughts and updates on what's happening in this particular market. Well, I've just returned from an event called Leaders in Luxury in San Juan, Puerto Rico. It was put on by the Institute of Luxury Homes Marketing, and I got to tell you, Keller Williams agents from all over North America were well represented in terms of the number of attendees who have grown their businesses into the luxury arena. Although I got to tell you, the upper tier market has definitely shifted and slowed. Now, many of the updates and the panelists talked about how real estate is beginning to shift as inventories catch up from a previously strong seller's market. And once again, that your market is a hyper-local market, which is why it's critical to understand your statistics and neighborhood activity in your surrounding area. It's also important to note that as a market shifts, listing agents control their destiny better. So how are you working on building your listing inventory? Well, we heard from a social media expert, and in a nutshell, are you connected using Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and keeping an eye on your digital image? It's important. First Step to Bold begins this month, and I'm signed up to attend Bold. As you know what, I too have to get even more focused on my calls and touching my database just like you do. And I too have to constantly retool my thinking and make changes to adapt to the market. I sure hope to see a lot of you at Bold so we can all win together and push ourselves to the finish line this year really strong and set us up for a fantastic quarter in 2016. Now my question to you is, are you putting yourself in places and trainings that will drive you forward, or are you doing the same old thing that you've always done? What trainings do you have planned for 2016? Are you focused on attending family reunion, Bold, mega camp masterminds? You see, successful agents are always growing and learning and retooling their thinking, and I want you to succeed at a very high level. Well, ALC, our Agent Leadership Clinic, it's next week for South Texas ALCs throughout the region. And I don't think any other company I'm aware of has this structure or setup where the agents not only have a voice, but create an energy and a culture that help drive our offices and help us thrive. Well, let's talk local for a minute. From the Woodlands Chamber News, we've got some upcoming elections November 3rd, and there are important issues that impact our real estate market. First of all, Conroe ISD proposition. Now, this bond referendum includes the construction of new schools and classroom additions, which will accommodate student growth, improvements to aged buildings, and sustain capacity, because we all know potential clients are evaluating our educational infrastructure. Another one, Constitutional Amendment Proposition 7. The purpose of Prop 7 is to provide a new stable source of funding for transportation in Texas, which is dedicated to construction and maintenance of our roads, which also must be at the forefront of our thought processes as mobility impacts all of us and our clients as they evaluate where to live and how they'll get around. Here's another one. Creekside Park Village Board met to talk mobility issues, and Commissioner Cagle discussed the Kirkendall Bridge, which is heading south. The design phase is scheduled to be completed at the end of November 2015. It will then go out to bid. The bidding process, they say, will take about 3 months, which will be around February to March timeframe. Then next, they'll review bids. That takes 30 to 60 days, which would put us in April or May. And then once they start on the Kirkendall Bridge, it'll take at least a year without any delays. So they're looking at a possible completion of mid-2017 if all goes well. Now, the commissioner said they do not have to depend on the new bond on November 3rd, which will be a part of that election to complete the project. However, voting for the bond will help. The bridge will have a pedestrian and biking path, which will be a wonderful addition. They talked about the Grand Parkway through our area. It was scheduled to be completed at the end of October, but now looking at more of a March 2016 completion. And supposedly, there's not a plan to increase taxes at this time, which is a good thing. CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau changes, they're coming, guys, and we all need to be attending the trainings and the updates that we're offering so you can be well educated in explaining these changes to your clients. All 700 market centers across North America, well, we'll be working to present our 2016 forecast and budgets this month. So my question, have you began your planning for 2016? I'll be having a business planning clinic in the next couple of months, and I hope you'll join me to sharpen your mindset and figure out what your 2016 will look like. Hey, we've got Halloween right around the corner to enjoy with the kiddos, and then Thanksgiving following that to give thanks for the many blessings that we have in this great city, in our state and country. Please remember, you've still got 25% of the year left to finish strong in this fourth quarter. It's leads, listings, and leverage. Follow the model, attend the trainings, implement what you're learning, and watch your business grow. You guys take care, and I look forward to hearing about your wonderful successes in the coming months.